So this is my story about coming to Dr. Joe. I went to the week-long retreat in Cartagena in January this year. And I would say that for my life was profoundly changed by it, because as a result of 15 years of infertility, happily, spontaneously and naturally after the event, I became pregnant naturally. It's a crazy story because I think I went to a lot of doctors over the years, and the doctors were like, I had a shopping list of things, right? Wrong with me, so they were everything. I had endometriosis, I had adenomyosis, I had surgery to kind of address that over the years. I had my immune system was kind of completely out of sync because of the life I was living and the stress I was under. So my immune system, I didn't make eggs very easily. So all of this, it was like a shopping list. And then at the end of it, they told me that my husband's blood was incompatible with my blood. So I was just like, well, just bring it on. How many problems can one person have, right? So I had gone through naturally, I had got married, I have an amazing husband. And I had gone through the process over a number of years to do IVF. So this is a long process, as you guys might know. So over the years, I think I did 6 or 7 rounds of IVF, which takes its toll emotionally, mentally, everything, right? Financially, financially. I had done that. That was unsuccessful. Then I moved to stage 2. I did extensive surgeries on my ovaries. So I did stem cells. I did something called PRP. Didn't work. My eggs were still chaotic. In the doctor's words. And then I moved to egg donor. So that's the next step. They put you on this, right, your eggs don't work, move on to eggs donorship. So I was like, fine, so we did that. And that was, I think, about 4 months before Dr. Joe. And that was like the low point, because that didn't work either. So I went all the trouble of making donor eggs, went through IVF again, didn't work. It wasn't really that I came to Dr. Joe as a result of that. I just, my eyes were open to Dr. Joe through my husband. He said, we're going to Cartagena. Forget all the medicine. We'll go to Cartagena. This is going to work. And so we arrived in Colombia, all the way from Dubai. So we live in Dubai, all the way to Cartagena. I think it was like 24 hours journey. Arrived in Colombia. And I think the only thing that I really brought was not much knowledge. I had done the workshops, I had read the books, but I wasn't an expert at that point at all. So I'd read, came to Cartagena, and the thing that I had was probably an open mind. Had a moment during the pituitary gland meditation where I felt my complete jaw and everything completely realigned, like my jaw completely cracked. And I think that was just something was obviously misaligned. So I had this, it felt like my jaw had been broken for me. And I was struggling in that meditation because it was 4 hours long, and I was just doing my best in the moment, trying to make it a go. And then this happened. I was like, oh, that obviously needed to happen. But then the amazing thing happened on the last day for me, which I think was the moment, really where it will change. And I think over the course of the week, I started to understand that it wasn't about, I had to put away the guilt, the disappointment, all of the kind of upsets and everything that I had gone through, and understood that actually it's a new day now, right? So it was all about moving forward from that particular moment. And so I think on the last day, it's right, you can do this. That was the moment when I was like, okay, it's you have the power to actually do this. Put it all behind you. You've had so many years of same behavior over and over again. Let's just stop, let's move forward. You can do this. You can have the power to fix this. It wasn't until the last day that kind of clicked for me. And I had this moment where we did a body electric meditation, and it was a really good one. And I just was obviously on the floor. And then I saw myself from the day before healing myself. And I think at the time I was like, oh, I'm not used to having out of body experiences. But at the time I was like, oh, you can heal, you're doing this yourself. It's not about the doctors. It's not about the medicine. It's not about throwing money at the problem, which, we all do. It's literally money, going. I was like, oh, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as actually knowing that you can heal yourself. And then I got home. I had an amazing time. I got home, and what I did was really religiously continue the meditations every day. I had to get up a bit earlier. It felt like a lot, but I just did it. And I love the walking meditation. Walking meditation number 6 is my favorite. And I just did it. And I just knew something was happening. You know, I just stayed kind of, I just knew something was happening. And I just really didn't allow any doubt in my mind that my outcome was going to come true. 2 weeks later, it was actually Valentine's Day. You know, that it happened. I became pregnant naturally, and it was just incredible.